Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this simple wrap skirt, and we're just going to start by making the waistband, and then we will go into making the skirt part, and it's just a 2-row repeat and it's very easy. And once you're finished, I just use these brooch pins to help secure it because it'd be a bit annoying trying to sew buttons on, but if you'd rather, you can put buttons on it. I prefer using the pins though. Anyways, let's get into the tutorial. To get started on the skirt, you're going to need a 1-weight yarn. I'm using Yarn Art Flowers, and it is in the color 273. And here are all the details if you want to pause for that. And for the waistband, I will be using a 2.5mm crochet hook, and then for the skirt part, I will be using a 5mm crochet hook. You will also need scissors and a yarn needle. Okay. And getting started, I'm just going to make a slip knot, leaving enough of a tail to weave in at the end. Taking my 2.5mm crochet hook, I'm going to chain 9. Then I'm going to skip 2 of the chains, and I'm going to put a double crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook. Now I'm just going to put a double crochet in each chain across, and I like to work in the back bumps. To start the second row, we're going to chain 2, and this does not count as a stitch. We're going to turn our work and put a double crochet into the first stitch in the back loop. And again, we're going to put a double crochet in the back loop. You're going to do this all the way across until you reach your last double crochet. Now remember, the chain 2 does not count as a stitch, so this last double crochet is our last stitch. And in that last double crochet, I'm going to go under both loops on it and make a regular stitch. So instead of going to the back loop, I'm just going to go under both of them. And if you want, you can double check and make sure that you have 7 double crochets, because I've done this and I missed one and I ended up with 6. And then for row 3, you're just going to repeat row 2 by chaining 2, turning your work, double crochet in the back loop of the first stitch, and double crochet in the back loop until the last stitch, and then you're going to go under both loops for that last one. You're just going to repeat row 2 until you have reached the width that you want for your waistband, and you want to make sure you're stretching it. So just keep crocheting as many rows as you want. If you want this to fit more like a low-waisted, I prefer mine to be on my natural waist, so that's what I'll be going for, but you're just going to stretch it to make sure that it fits properly and that it's not too long. And I will meet you whenever I'm finished, and of course you also want it to be an odd number. So just keep crocheting till it reaches how wide you want it to be for your waistband, and make sure it's an odd number. Alright, I'm finished, and I'm just working a smaller sample swatch because this is not going to be a full skirt. But anyways, after you're done with your waistband, you're just going to switch out your 2.5mm crochet hook and take your 5mm, and you're going to chain 1. And in the first side double crochet row, you're going to put a single crochet. And then in this chain 2, on the next double crochet side row, we're going to put a shell stitch, which is 3 double crochet, chain 1, and 3 double crochet on that same chain 2 space. And again, in the next side row, you're going to just put a single crochet. Then in the next side row, in that chain 2, we're going to put a shell stitch. So 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet. Single crochet in the next, shell stitch in the next, and I will meet you whenever you are at your last row. For the last side row, we're just going to put a single crochet in it. And then for our second row, we're going to chain 3 and turn our work. And this chain 3 counts as a double crochet. And in this first single crochet, we are going to work 3 more double crochet. So including your chain 3 at the end, you should be having 4 double crochet. Then you're going to skip these 3 double crochets right here, and into the chain 1 space from the previous row, we're just going to put a single crochet. So you're going to be putting shell stitches in the single crochets from the previous row. And then you're going to be putting single crochets in the chain 1 spaces from the previous row. You're just going to alternate until you reach the last single crochet, and I will meet you there. So I've reached my last single crochet, and if you have a hard time finding it, you can just count and skip 3 stitches, and then the 4th one is your single crochet. And you're just going to put 4 double crochets in this last stitch. Then you're just going to chain 1 and turn your work. And into the first double crochet, you're going to place a single crochet, and then you're going to put another shell stitch in this single crochet right here. Then you're going to find the single crochet, the chain 1 space, and you're going to put a single crochet in there. Find the next single crochet and put a shell stitch. Then you're going to find the next chain 1 space, single crochet all the way until the very end. And I will meet you whenever you have this last little bit of 4 double crochets and show you what to do next. Alright, I've finished my last shell stitch. I'm just going to skip these 3 double crochets, and then into the top of our chain 3, we are going to put a single crochet. And again, we're just going to be repeating the last 2 rows, so we will be chaining 3. And actually that 3rd chain, if you want to just loosen up a little bit, it'll be a lot easier to work into whenever you come back around. So that chain 3 counts as a double crochet, and then we're just going to place 3 double crochet in that first stitch. And this is basically making a half shell. Then we're going to put a single crochet in that chain 1 space, then shell stitch, and basically we're just rotating the very beginning and the very end of the row. Everything in the middle is the same, just shell stitch and the single crochet, and then single crochet in the chain 1 space. Again, for the end of this row, we're just going to go into that last stitch, that single crochet, and we're going to put 4 double crochets in there. And again, this is a half shell stitch. We're going to chain 1 and turn and put a single crochet in that first double crochet. Then we're going to go and find that single crochet and make a shell stitch. and just repeat all the way until the end, your usual middle area. And this chain 3, the top of it, we're just going to place a single crochet like before. And since we made that third chain a little bit looser than the rest, it was a lot easier to go into. And you're just going to continue repeating rows 2 and 3 until you have the length of skirt that you'd like.